Alright, PTR update just dropped. His multipliers are 140% on the single target and then 100% on the second hit. Okay, not too bad. 140%, that means single target he's doing 240% damage. And then Sacred Flame dispels all debuff, extra damage per effect dispelled, 10% of attack up to 50% attack. Alright, not too crazy on this Sacred Flame stuff. Judgment Seal, when the target inflicted with Judgment Seal takes a hit, deals splash damage, also true damage, to 2 of their random teammates randomly. Splash damage equals to 5% of their max HP, up to 50% of Javid's attack, triggers once per turn. That's a bit low, because the thing is, this is a debuff, so if you're bringing him onto PvP, you're gonna need a buff stripper, whereas Ashley does not. Ashley is a buff on herself, and all you need is to crit on the enemy, and then she triggers it. This is a debuff. It's good for PvE, but for PvP, it's gonna be very difficult for you to make it work. Light Above Rune counters him heavily. Jin Yao is gonna steal the turn and then cleanse this debuff. Hide is gonna be immune. Just a bunch of stuff, right? This is 5%. I was hoping at least 10% to be on par with Ashley. 5%, maybe not it. And it's also only up to 50% of his attack, whereas Ashley is 100%. Cooldown, not too bad. 4 turns. What is his Ascension? Crit damage, crit rate, attack, nice. That's very good. Oh, so his Ascension is just can't be resisted, nothing else. Okay, so his S2 has a 100% multiplier as well, and then inflicts Sear with a 100% chance, deals extra true damage to the targets afflicted with Judgment Seal. True damage equals to 10% of their max HP, 100% of Javid's max attack. 50% chance of inflicting Judgment Seal on targets currently not afflicted by it for 2 turns upon landing a crit. I mean, his multipliers look okay, but he's mostly just for this debuff. And in this debuff, in PvE, it's gonna be super good. Like, it's gonna be insanely broken. But then again, in PvP, it's not really gonna do much because, again, Will runes just, or Light Above runes just counter it heavily. You're mostly gonna run him on a cleave team, which means you're probably not gonna run a buff stripper. And if you do run a buff stripper, 5% of their max HP is not really that crazy, you know? So you're missing 1 slot for a buff stripper, and then you're running him, and then Jin Yao could potentially steal the turn because you're running Tricky plus him. That's a 60% AP push for Jin Yao. I don't know. His S1 has 120% chance damage, and then inflicts defense down with 100% chance if the target has Judgment Seal, deals splash damage to 1 random enemy, blah blah blah. Okay, I don't know, man. He is going to be great for PvE, that's for sure, because of the Judgment Seal. This Judgment Seal is going to be broken in PvE. In PvP, it's going to be very difficult for him to be run. Just like R2 Embla, it's also very difficult to make R2 Embla work in PvP because of height, because of Light Above runes, because of Jin Yao, stuff like that. Okay, let's take a look at Ginny. She has a 60% 5 times. That's 300% single target damage with a 3-turn taunt. The Ascension is heals after attacking, healing 80% of lost HP. Wait, what? That's a lot of healing, what the hell? This ability won't crit. Cooldown of Stir Fry Heat is reduced by 1 turn if the target has no debuff or no buff to be stolen in the first place. So 300% single target taunt that cannot be resisted, and 80% heal of lost HP. This is insane. This is actually pretty crazy. What's her Ascension speed? Attack, HP. Not bad. This is very good because she doesn't need any crit rate or crit damage or even accuracy. That's very nice. Her cooldown is 4 turns, so if there's no buff on the enemy, then it's going to go down to 3 turns. That's pretty insane. 3 turns, single target nuke of 300%. Alright, not bad, not bad. Alright, dispels all debuffs on Ginny. Gains Chef's Ggez if Ginny already has 3 stacks of Intense Heat. Otherwise, gains 1 stack of Intense Heat. Ginny gains 1 stack of Intense Heat at the start of combat. Okay, so what is Intense Heat? Every 20 attack gap between Ginny and her target increases Ginny's damage dealt by 1%. Max increase of 200%. Wait, what the heck? So if she has, how much is that? Every 20. So if she has a 2000 gap of attack, then she's going to increase her damage by 200% in PvP and 150 in PvE. That is still a lot though, what the heck? But keep in mind she cannot crit. So basically it's just like this 200% is basically her crit damage. It's kind of like she has 300% crit damage because whatever she does, she's gonna amplify her damage by 200%, right? So, and then heals when taking hit. Healing is equals to 60% of lost HP. Then deals true damage to the attacker. True damage equals to 40% of Ginny's attack per intense heat stack. Triggers once per turn. Each intense heat stack increases Ginny's attack by 10%. So a maximum of 30% attack from the intense heat. And also 120% of true damage of her attack when you have it at max stacks. So Chef's Ggez, attack plus 10% and the chance to counter plus 100%. Expires after launching a counter attack. Grants attack up for 1 turn when Ginny receives a duplicate of Chef's Ggez. Okay, so her captain ability is attack in point war and knockout by 40%. Her S1 has a multiplier of 130%. Also cannot crit. All of her skills cannot crit. She seems pretty interesting. I'm actually more excited for Ginny now. Yeah, her R2 gains an extra turn when you use the S2. So if you have her R2, she probably will prioritize this one. So maybe this, and then S1, and then this again. That's a really strong cycle actually. I'm actually summon her. No joke. I'm gonna do a few testing on the PTR and then see. But before that, he has slightly below average, I think, for the legendary attack stats. Decent HP and decent speed. Okay, Javid is okay. And then Ginny, slightly below average attack, and then HP is also average, and then defense is, I think that's average as well. Pretty good speed. Yeah, I think that's about it. I'm actually more excited for Ginny. I'm gonna do both testing on the next video. That's about it. Ciao.